Get you out of here!
He shoots! He scores!
Welcome to episode number 1 of your Vancouver Grizzlies Nbhl NHL20 expansion mode. Appreciate you joining us today, and we are here to have some fun. Just so you know, I did release with this video episode what we're going to call 0. This will be episode 1. Episode 0 is just showing you the division, showing you what teams came in for each other, showing you the settings I use. Really nothing crazy, so if you missed it, don't worry. If you are curious on how that works, you can go back and check it out. Also post some questions out there whether you guys want me to play some games or not, so I'll say that here as well. Let me know what your thoughts are. In this episode, we're going to do our very best here to get through the expansion draft and the actual draft. I do have an idea of what I'm looking to do in the expansion draft. My biggest fear, my biggest concern is as an expansion team, we're not able to assign a player to us. So our franchise player will not be available. Will not be available to us. We have to pick them up in free agency. How do we do? We went from 3 to 5. Things you hate to see. LA, San Antonio, New Orleans all moved. Well, LA and San Antonio moved up. San Antonio say 2. New Orleans moved up and San Fran moved down, which is probably for the best because San Fran does not need any more first overall draft picks. But what we need to figure out is kind of where we're going to go, and we hope we can sign these players in free agency that are legends. So we're drafting 5th overall, but before we get there, we do need to do the expansion draft. So let's get right to it. The one thing I will say is there is a glitch, and I don't know. It's unfortunate, and you're going to see it here in a little bit, but I have a pretty good idea who we're going to take, so I'm going to try to make this as quick and painless as possible. You can see on the bottom there what we need to do is take left wings, centers, right wings, defense, and goalies. I'm going to try to balance out as much as possible. The one thing I'm not doing in my Thunder Bay mode is having a balanced team. I have just the 12 best forwards of all time on my team, and we cannot win to save our lives. So I'm going to try to get some players that are going to set us up. We're going to get some players on two-way deals like Libor Hajek here. And we're going to, get some players for the minors where we're going to have a pretty good system set up. We're also going to get some depth forwards. So we're not always going to take the best pick available. We are sometimes, for example, with the Celtics here, we are literally just taking Matt Niskanen. He is the best option. Plus, when I look through this, I don't think we have enough D that I want. On this one, we could go Patty Hornquist, Justin Schultz. Justin Schultz is probably the best player we can pick up, or Nick Bustad. But in this instance, I want to pick up Tristan Jarry. Now you're going to see I'm going to pick up, I think, 4 starting goalies, and I want some for trade bait. I'm not going to be able to re-sign everybody that we pick up, and that's okay. Like, for example, we're going to pick up Mike Hoffman here. He's left on 1 year left. Is it likely he's going to sign with us? No. Is it worth the risk because Charlotte doesn't really have anybody else? I mean, we could go Eric Hula, but he's in the same situation. So I'd rather go with a better player and hope he resigns than a less player and same thing, hoping they resign. So we are going to take Mike Hoffman there. With Chicago, who is Columbus, they have some good options. But if you watch my Thunder Bay mode, I love myself some Josh Anderson, but we are going to take Liam Foudy. If I was smart, I might go with Carlson here, or even, Thompson, who's 18, but I like my London Knights. It's my favorite OHL team, and I have a soft spot for them. Blame me for it all you want, but it is just the way it goes. With Cleveland here, I forget who I was taking. I think I'm taking Adam Erdn. I've seen grow really high as well, but the person I want is Dmitry Timashov. He's 22 and is 78 overall. He might play in the minor league this year. He might not. I'm not too sure, but we're going to have a really deep minor league system for the first couple of years. I'm not going to tank at all, but at the same time, we are going to... I don't know who I'm taking here. This is Dallas. I'm going to take Mermis just because I need to take an extra D. I'm not going to tank, but at the same time, finishing where we can get some good draft picks will not be a bad idea. As I said in the episode 0, the one thing about this and the way I have it set up is the players I created are going to be dominant players in this league. You could even say that I may have made these players too good. Now, there's not going to be any like hidden franchise players unless they grow into that, because I do have some high elites and whatnot. But with that with that in mind, it's not going to be a lot of high franchise or anything like that. So there's going to be some top sixes that are going to probably come out of the draft in the 80s. And that's just because I made the players too good. I'm making them, and I know these are NBA legends, and I'm like, oh, I can't really make them that low. Like, I know they're going to be good or what have you. So I did do, so I did make some good players, and that's just one of the side effects of this awesome franchise mode. This one, with the Leafs, I don't know where to go. I don't know if I should take Tyson Barrie. I don't know if I should take Andreas Janssen. I don't think they have a goalie, Jack Campbell or Kaskasuo. I mean, Barry's an exact, but he's not under contract. And again, the same thing I said, I don't really want to be having to offer a ton of contracts. So I think I'm going to go with Janssen here and hope he's 24. He's an 81. I could go Kapanen, but who's a bit younger, but Kapanen's a top 9. I'd rather put Janssen out there, get him as a grinder. Is either him or Zach Hyman I was going to take. But we'll take Jordan Eberle here because why not? This one, I hate myself for doing it. In my Thunder Bay franchise mode, I said I'm never going to do it, but I'm going to take a Puljujarvi. Jesse Puljujarvi, welcome to the team. All right, the Lakers. Now, this is a page, and I'm gonna say this is a page right out of X-Tech's playbook. I'm going to take Adam Larson. We're going to trade him, and I'm hoping it turns into a lottery pick because for some reason, Larson always does for X-Tech, so I'm hoping he does for me too. This one is, this is where the glitch comes into effect, and I know what happened, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not catching it, but it's too late. I've already started the series. I don't want to go back. Hayden Fleury is the most frustrating player of all time. He's a two-way defender, but he does not grow well. I don't understand it. So I'm not going to take him. Who I'm going to take is Nedeljkovic. Now, the one thing with Nedeljkovic is he has 2 of them, as you can see, and there's 2 Forsbergs. When I made the rosters and I put and I made the rosters for these teams, what happened is, like, this is so for Memphis, for example, is Carolina. The player must have been on the AHL. He's in the AHL when you go into franchise mode, but he's on the current NHL roster or something along those lines. So there's a couple teams that have some lower end players they have multiples of those players. This is just one of them. I only saw it twice when I was looking through it, but again, I didn't want to have to restart the whole franchise mode to do this. It takes a lot of work changing all the teams out and then getting all the conferences right. Again, not complaining, but just letting you know that's why. I don't want to take Giordano, but I'm going to, just because he does have trade value, and Vegas took a whole bunch of players to flip and took a bunch of deals, and Giordano is going to be our deal, and hopefully we are able to flip him. We're going to take Anthony Cirelli here. I know he's listed as a top 9, but I'm hoping he grows into a top 6. You never really know. With Minnesota, this is where we're going to take Stefan Notion. So he's actually more of a physical player. I'm hoping he just, they don't really have anybody in Minnesota. When you look at their, they don't have much. Like an AHL top 2 where they have a bottom 6 forward here, and Anthony Greco is their highest ranked player. So apparently. Okay. So we're going to go overall here. We're going to take top 9 forward. I'm not sure where he went when I did that, but regardless, we are going to do that. Who do we have here? New Orleans Pelicans. They have some good options. Toffoli wouldn't be too bad, but we have to re-sign them. Like all these good options here, we all have to re-sign. I didn't add an extra contract here just because I want there to be pretty good free agency for us, but we're going to take Markstrom. We're going to hope we can re-sign him. That's also maybe why I'm taking too many starters, is because I'm not expecting all of them to re-sign. It would be nice if they did, but I don't think they will. Ottawa or New York Knicks, I don't know what you're doing. I'm taking Duclair. Why he's available on such a crap team, could not tell you. Who do I have with OKC? OKC. Oh, I'm taking McCoshen. So, again, he's just a younger version. DeHaan's there, but McCoshen's on a two-way. He doesn't have an extension, but I'm hoping he'll sign another two-way, or at least I can get him onto a bottom pairing in the NHL. Or, if I flip Giordano, he might be a good option to do that. With the Orlando, this one doesn't really matter. Armia, same reason I took Notion back there. Philadelphia 76ers. For Dallas, this is the Dallas. They don't really have a lot of good options. I'm going to take Gurianov. Again, this is just to pad our AHL team. Hopefully we can get some good development. We're going to take a look at all of our coaching staff and hopefully we can do something. Who do we have here? Gurianov. Don't know who we're... Oh, Kobloko. Wow. Capobianco is who we're going to take. He's 21-73. Again, we're hoping to get some development out of him. Better than losing Taylor Hall. He's at least going to be an RFA, so we're going to be able to keep him. With Portland I originally was going to take Soros, but then I was looking at it, and I don't really have a lot of centers. So, Mikael Granlund, he only has 1 year left. You know what? I'm going to stick with Soros. Sacramento is another one that there's a couple different options here. So I'm going to look at it. We have Jack Kapaka, who's really not great, is he? No, he's not. That's who I was going to take. And then they also have Brendan Gould here. But again, he has 1 year left. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want a one-way deal right away, which I don't really want to give him. But he's pretty physical. He's not too bad. His defensive awareness is okay. What's his offensive awareness? Not bad. He's not, he's a typical two-way defender. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well just go right to Jacob Larson, right? Who is a year older, two better, but he's more, what is he? He's not really more physical. Yeah, no, 80, well, let's see. Brendan Gould, yeah, he's a bit more physical. And I'm thinking he's a bit more durable, but with Gould, I'm wondering if, we put, again, if we have to play him, we put him on a bottom pairing. Or we can try to grow Jack Kapaka here, and hopefully he can grow into something. He is a top 6 forward. We have enough D. I'm going to take Kapaka, and I think we're going to take a lot of D in the draft. The first couple drafts I find are pretty D heavy, so that is what we're going to do there. With San Antonio is the LA Kings. We're taking Matt Luff to kind of finish on our third line there, or fourth line. Golden State Warriors, or the San Francisco Warriors. We're not going to do anything crazy here. We're just going to take Donskoy. He is their best player, the best player available. He has a pretty user-friendly or team-friendly contract, so it's not too bad. With Toronto, I don't have faith in re-signing Pietrangelo, so we're looking now at the best players available. So we have Sammy Blais, who's 23, versus Steen and Bozak, who are in the 30s. Derek Pouliot, again, we have a lot of D, so I'm going to go with Sammy Blais, who I like using, and I've used him in some personal franchise modes, and he grows into like a high 80, but he also wants to be paid when he's like an 82, 83. He wants to bank there, and it's like, no, man, like you're not going to do it, but he does grow. Adam Lowry, the perfect third line center. And from the Wizards of Washington, if I've done my math correctly, we're going to be able to take Eric Stahl. We are. Perfect. Just want to make sure there wasn't somebody. I did have a couple different options here I wanted, but I'm pretty sure Eric's just the guy who's going to be our top line center. Again, we're not going to be a deep team, but we're going to be a good team. So there we are, your Vancouver Grizzlies out of the expansion draft. We are ready to rumble. All right, now we have to go to the re-sign stage and see what we can find here. You can get a quick look at the logos when we did all that too. So let me know. Some are fantastic. Like I think Milwaukee's logo is as good as I could get it. There's some which are a little interesting. There's not a lot of options for logos, but I did try to pick the best that I could. Draft interviews, I don't need to do for this one. It's not going to be a good draft. Really, the only good players are the ones that are created for it. And there are a few created players in this draft. We're drafting fifth, and I don't know who we're going to be able to take here fifth, but hopefully it is somebody that is good. So let's go to NHL Entry Draft, and we will take a look. The LA Lakers. It is the Lakers that get first overall pick, so they are going to be stacked. Absolutely stacked. But let's view the draft class here. We can see Bruno Caboclo is the first pick. Now, the funny thing about him is I didn't make him that good. I really didn't. Like he has a. You'll see when they draft him. The reason I made him, obviously being a Canadian and being a Raptors fan, he's famous for being 2 years from 2 years away. So I made him like that. I made him 2 years from 2 years away. So I don't know why he's expected to go first. Timothy is computer generated. Wilt Chamberlain is expected to go third. He's looking pretty good. He's NHL ready. He very friendly but keeps to himself. Like, I don't pick this stuff. They kind of do it themselves. Ernest Vance is computer generated. Sabrina Ionescu is likely going to fall in our laps here at 5, and she's looking pretty well rounded. Puck protection, goal scoring, pro release, so she's looking pretty good. She's a right winger. Not sure if that's going to be good for us or not, but at this point we want to build up through the draft. So then Jerry Martinez, for some reason, dropping in the draft is Vince Carter, the ageless wonder. And there is another, a lot of these guys are actually actual players, but there is one more, Zach LaVine, another NBA player in here. So if I look through rest of the world, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, there's only 5 players in this draft, but there's a lot more. We're going to see some throughout the series. So Vince Carter's projected to be a high elite. Zach LaVine, low elite. I can tell you they're not. Sabrina is a top 6 forward, power forward. We have her ranked at 4, Central Scouting at 5. Then Wilt Chamberlain and Bruno Caboclo. As much as I would love, you know what? They even want it. They want a trade. I don't know. Like, what would they need to get to trade for it? Can we see just what they need? They have Colin and Felt, but I mean, it has a lot of trade value. I don't know what it would. Actually, let's go through the trade finder here. So, find trade, and let's go. Who was that? New Orleans Pelicans. Here, next New Orleans. And we don't need to see skaters. Go draft picks. All right, let's see if they have anything that they would want to trade us. So if they want from us. They do. They want Eric Stahl, McCaution, Sorelli, and Notion for the 3rd overall pick, which will be Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Caboclo, 64 overall, two-way defenseman, goes first to the LA Lakers. Oh, man, that's giving up a lot. Let's look at draft class real quick here again. Wilt Chamberlain. What's he looking like? He's a center. He's a two-way forward. He has size and skill. He's a 200-foot game. He has size and strength. Oh, man. He's projected to be medium elite, and they don't want our 5th, so we can actually pick 2 in the top 5. You know what? I think we have to do it. Like Eric Stahl, like Wilt Chamberlain has a chance to move right into that top spot. So I don't think there's a way I can do this without giving up Eric Stahl. No, he was the best player in that trade. So they want Eric Stahl. They want him in caution. Okay. I don't remember who else they wanted. If we just offer that, I don't think that'll go through, right? Rejected. Just a touch. Okay, so if I give up those 2, let's just take a quick look here. Do I remember who? Why am I having such a brain fart here? Actually, Notion. Let's exit. Let's actually find a trade. So, find trade. We'll do this. I know this is Not the most fun for everybody. I love drafts and wheeling and dealing. And if you watch any of my other series, you know that trading is my favorite thing. Their franchise player is Anthony Davis, 85 overall, right wing. Shouldn't be doing this right now, but undrafted power forward. So he's looking real nice. Real nice. Okay. Let's go to draft picks here. Let's try this again. See what they want for it. I can't believe they want to trade it, though. Eric Stahl, McCoshen, Cirelli. I don't want to give up Cirelli. I know that's silly, but in notion. So, I mean, these guys have almost no value. What's he going to be? You know what? I want him for... He's 26. Maybe if I can keep Cirelli. Will this go through? Okay. I did not expect that to go through. So, Eric Stahl, McCoshen, in notion, you're now a Pelican. And we have the 3rd overall pick. Interesting. Giordano has a pretty good trade value. Okay. We have 2 of the top 5 picks. So let's see who they pick. They pick Timofey Sabriov. With the 3rd pick, the first pick in the expansion NBHL history for the Vancouver Grizzlies, would like to congratulate the Toronto Raptors on winning the championship last year. And with our first pick, we will be picking from the rest of the world, Wilt Chamberlain. And out of the draft, he is a 79 medium elite 2-way forward. He looks like an absolute beauty. What's his stats like here? So his passing's not great, but overall, I don't remember. I don't remember making all this kind of stuff. But discipline, offensive awareness, poise, all pretty good. His shooting category is fantastic. Defensively, he's pretty good. I mean, he's better than Eric Stahl was. So that's pretty good. Let's see who Golden State takes. They take Vance, who is a 77 medium elite as well. He was a computer-generated player. All right, with the 2nd pick of the 1st round, the Vancouver Grizzlies. Oh, Vince Carter's tempting. But you know what? Sabrina Ionescu, welcome to Vancouver. You are a 76 medium 6 overall. Not too shabby. So we already have 2 creative players on our team. So Martinez goes there. So Cleveland is getting Vince Carter. It's high top 6, 75 overall. So we have a medium top 6. They got a high top 6. Ours is 1 overall better. She's a power forward. He's a sniper. I mean, really nothing you can do there. Let's sim to the 2nd round here. Let's just go back to see if there are any hidden gems. Anybody that I forgot about. Top 6. I mean, these guys aren't fantastic. Now, keep in mind, this is also just a gimme draft. It doesn't really count for much. And it's not like, obviously, Jack Hughes has already been drafted and all those players. This is just a makeup draft. So where did Zach LaVine ended up going? To the Brooklyn Nets. All right. So he's a low 74, top 4D. So not great at all. But there's nobody else here that's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they fell that far. 2nd round, okay. So far we have a center and a left winger. Center and a right winger. Okay. What's available here? The 3rd pick of the 2nd round. Is there anything good? All right, Martin Lang. Medium elite. I doubt you're actually medium elite, but you never know. Is there anybody else here looking pretty? That's looking pretty. I don't really see anybody. Anything crazy? Is there any gems that we're missing? I haven't even looked at this yet. Gems. No, there's lots of busts. All right, let's just go to Central Scout rank. Our scout recommends, I don't know how good our scouts are, but they recommend Martin Lang here. Oh, I'm wondering if we should take a goalie, though. This guy looks to be computer generated. Does not look to be too good. Well, you know what? 4 years away. Jeez. Well, always we're not going to take a bust. So Martin Lang, welcome to the team. Top 9, not great, but I don't. If we can avoid taking real players, it's better. Computer generated players tend to be a little bit better, but I just want to see how these goalies turned out. Who's this? I don't think that's anybody. Zach Horton, but it's not one of my guys. Goaltenders. top nine, 7th starter. So Lissick was a starter. Might have been nice to have in our repertoire here. But we do have some great goaltending. I just like to develop as much goaltending as possible. Back up a fringe starter. So nothing. Again, this draft shouldn't be very good, and it doesn't appear to be. So we will just make the rest of our picks here without doing anything crazy. What does our scout think? They don't even think we should make a pick here, apparently. Oh, this guy's almost confirmed low elite. You kind of have to do that, don't you? We have him at 84, though. But if we want it, 78 overall. Look, this goalie, too, Kenny Blacker. Huh. Well, I don't think Ronaldo's going to be... He's only 3 years away. Interesting. This goalie is going to be 5 years away. Yeah. And what about Andrei Savitov? He's confirmed 5 years away. So even if he is elite, he's going to be very low elite. You know what? I'm going Kenny Blacker. Kenny Blacker, welcome to the team. You are medium starter. 48 overall, though. Not great. Not great at all. I just want to see where that other franchise guy went. Ronaldo's 70. Yeah, so not too good at all. Where's our next pick? 99. Where was he? I didn't remember his name now. The other low elite guy. He was almost confirmed, though. Savitov projected to go 78. So we're going to go to our next pick, which is in the 4th, but I just want to come back and see. So we got a starter. Nothing crazy here. Savitov ended up being low elite, so he was low elite. I mean, unlikely to make it, but another low elite, Mr. Hancock, offensive defenseman. Sometimes they make it, though. Those low elites, I've seen him grow into something crazy, but it's unlikely. All right, who's our pick at 99th overall? Mr. Wayne Gretzky. I'd rather go with a computer-generated player. Is there anybody here? No, it does not look like it. Philip Culp. You computer-generated. You're 3 years away, potentially. We're going to take you. We are going to take you, and you are a 7th low D. Not great. I'm not really expecting our first draft to go fantastic. Obviously, we haven't really hired all of our scouts that we want yet, and it's going to take a couple years to get our scouts where we want them. But he's high. Whenever something's high, you think they're going to be a little bit better. So as much as I would like to see Griffin Wilson here, who will not be a medium elite or high elite, we're gonna go Samuel. Mr. Samuel is an AHL starter, but he is high. So Robertson was there. I just want to see one more guy. See where he went. Bergeron. Oh, he hasn't moved. What's his name? Griffin Wilson. There he is. He's a high AHL top 6. So I mean, if they're high, they're usually still high, but obviously not the way we wanted to go here. R6 for a 7th this year and a 7th next year. Yeah, why not? It's not really deep draft, so dropping out of the 6th round doesn't really matter too much. We'll just sort here by potential, see if there's anything at all. 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. A lot of 5 years, which is what you expect at this point. This guy's confirmed 3. Jeremy McKenna. I like that. We'll take you. You should have a higher overall. 66 overall. We were AHL top 6. So not great. Another pick here in the 7th round. You know what? We'll go with Coop here. Ariel Coop. What do we have? 70. Yeah. All right. Well, there's the draft. We have made it through our first draft. We made it through the expansion draft. We have made it through our first draft, and we are on to free agency. All right. We are going to head over, see what we can come up with here. So, sim to resign phase. I don't know what we want to do. We have 10 players that are going to be restricted free agents. Oh, Tristan Jarry is going to be an RFA. I didn't realize that. That's the things you want to see. All right, go to contracts. What do we want to do here in free agency? We probably should have done this before the draft, and we could have made some trades maybe if we knew Hoffman didn't want to resign. But it looks like he does. So let's offer contract. Oh, he wants to take a pay cut too. Nice. That will definitely do that. Now, I'm not above doing the 85% trick, so we are going to do that. 5.125 times 0.85 is a straight up 4. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, it is, I guess. For those of you who don't know what an 85% trick is, if they want to re-sign with you, typically they will re-sign for 85% of what they're asking for. The only reason we do this with Hoffman is because he's going to be somebody we can trade later on. So we're going to offer him the contract he wants there. Actually, let's just go straight up to expiring. That way we can do this a little bit quicker. And Anthony Duclair, you're going to be a UFA, but again, we want to keep you. I'm not going to lowball you at 1.9. I'll give you 1.8 for 2 years. I'm okay with that. We have a ton of cap space, but there's going to be some good free agents that we need to keep an eye out for as well. Anthony Cirelli, a guy I wanted to keep and didn't want to get to trade you for. How much do you want? You want the same for 3 years. So let's go 1.6 for 3. I did not want to trade you for Wilt Chamberlain. So Gary Anov, we're going to qualify you, and then we are going to see what you want. Yeah, I want to keep you on a two-way deal. So we're going to keep you qualified for a minute. Same with Sammy Blais here. He's going to want a lot of money if I know Sammy Blais properly. Yeah, a little more than I want to give right now. Jesse Puarvi, qualify. Timashov, let's qualify all these guys right now, and then we'll figure out what we want to do. We have already offered Cirelli a contract. Qualify. And we'll revisit everything. I just don't want to forget to do this. So, we're already down at Mermis. Is he good? No. Did I qualify him already and regret it? Yes. So, offer contract, 1 year, 2-way, we'll do it. You only want 1 year, we'll at least give you a chance to see what we have. You want 2, we'll give you a chance to develop. I'm cool with that. Matt Luff, you're probably going to make the NHL roster. Eventually, if I go 3 years, I'll give you 9.25. AHL money doesn't really matter. Julius Honka, 2-way. No, you only want 2-way for 1 year. So I'll give you your 8 for 1 year, Julius, but you are going to play in the AHL. Dmitry Timashov also wants a 2-way. Let's go 9.25 for the 3-year max. Jesse Puarvi, I don't know yet. So goalies. Jacob Markstrom, do you want to resign? Didn't even see. You don't want to resign. So for us to keep you, it's going to cost us more money. So we're going to just straight up offer you 5.5 for 5 years. You know what? Let's offer you a 3-year contract at the 5.5. And that way we're not stuck with you if you don't. And Tristan Jarry, we're going to qualify, and then we are going to offer a contract too. Whew. Okay, if we go out of this, how many players do we actually have in goaltending? We have Saros, who's going to play in the AHL, Nedeljkovic, who's going to play in the AHL, and a couple guys we picked up here. So you are going to play NHL, but I don't know if I want to pay you that. 3.675 times 0.85 would be $3 million on the nose. $3 million on the nose. You're only 24. I'm willing to do that. You know what? I'd rather do it again for... Oh, if we can go 3 years, that keeps you as an RFA. So I'll even give you 3.1 for 3 years. I'll keep you as an RFA. Oh, I don't know why I always do that. We can actually advance state from in there. But let's see what we have. Duclair rejected. Timashov accepted. Mermis accepted. Hoffman rejected. Okay. Markstrom rejected. Cirelli accepted. Yari accepted. Luff accepted. Capobianco accepted. Honka accepted. So just a couple players we need to worry about. Now, I don't want to be too stingy because obviously we have $29 million in cap space, but we do have some free agents we want to go after. So we will go all expiring one more time. Matt Hoffman. What did I do? I think I offered you $4 million, right? So let's go 3 years for 4 point. We do 4.5. Let's go 4.5. See if you'll sign that. You still want to sign right now. Anthony Duclair also rejected, which I was actually a little surprised about. So I'll give you your 1.95 for 2. Let's advance day. Yes, and okay. Well, you want more money. So Hoffman just wants paid. He wants to sign, but he doesn't want to do the 85% trick. I'm just going to try one more time at $5 million even. We'll see if that works. Goaltending. I was going to give Markstrom a contract here. We'll go 3 years, and we'll go 5.75. It's really not too bad for a starting goalie. Hoffman agrees, and Markstrom says no. So we got at least one more crack here at Markstrom. I think maybe if you want your 5, I don't want to give you 5 years though. If I give you 2, because we're gonna have the cap, so I can retain half your salary anyways. So go 2 for 6. Okay, and let's just look back at all skaters here. Gurianov. I'm hoping you just lower your asks come free agency here. Oh, you want a 2-way now, Jesse? Okay. I'll give you a 2-way for 1 year. Cool. I'll even give you 9.25. I can do that. Sammy Blais, you still want that. And Gurianov, I believe you still want that too. I mean, again, those aren't bad contracts. It's just not sure it's the direction we want to go. All right, Markstrom said no. PRV said yes. We'll try one more time with Markstrom. One more time. 2 years. What if we just give you what you want? 5 by 5.5. Maybe it's the years you're worried about. No. Okay. Offer contract. See, if I had done this before, I would have been able to trade him at the draft and maybe recouped something for him. But instead, I'm stuck doing this, and I think we're just going to advance out of days here. Okay, we're going to leave it unsigned. Oh, and now you say yes. Okay, I was ready to prepare to say, hey, see you later, bud. Okay, now we are at the fun part. We have some expiring goals. We can offer contract extensions now, which is nice. Free agents. We are going to see our pro here in a couple seconds. We're actually going to go after 2 guys. I actually have 2 Vancouver Legends here. From my experience, they both will not sign with us, which is unfortunate. But the main guy we want to go with is Sherif Abdur-Rahim, who was the third overall pick for Vancouver in 1996. He was kind of the staple for the 4 or 5 years he was in Vancouver before Vancouver moved. So he had try to see his Vancouver log. He had 5 years in Vancouver. He had himself a career. He averaged over 20 points a game. 3 apples. Hold on, to see here. He averaged 8 rebounds, nice, and 3 assists. So he was more of a all-around power forward guy, which is what we put him as. He has nobody else wanting a contract with him, which has never happened in all the times I've tried this. Fantastic. He goes by Sheaf. He goes by Reef. Just looking at his basketball reference here, but he goes by Reef. So Reefer. Sherif goes by Reef. Welcome to the team, hopefully. The other guy, he has one other team, and this is, you know what? I almost made him our franchise player, and I actually went back and forth and edited these players quite a bit. This is the first pick of the Vancouver Grizzlies, and he is a absolute unit. Even in this, he's a big boy. As you can see, he's 6'6", 225. His nickname is Big Country. I would say you can call him a bust. He wasn't great, and I didn't make him great in this game either. But he's just an absolute beast. Vancouver, you either loved him or you hated him, and we're going to hope you love him. We're going to hope he signs with us on the dotted line. If I can offer him more money, I would, to make sure he joins the team. But Bryant, Big Country Reeves, and Sherif Abdur-Rahim, we're hoping we get you both. Now let's look at the rest of the league. Goaltending-wise, we do need to pick up some goaltender. We need to do a whole bunch for AHL here. So there's not going to be a ton. As you can see, there's not potential. I mean, fringe starter is the best that's out there. So we need to pick up a backup for the AHL. We need to pick a backup for the NHL. So we need to have 6 goalies total. I think we only have 4 right now, but we might sign some of the draft picks. I haven't decided yet. And we also need to just fill out our AHL roster. So who's this top 4? Daniel Norb, 23 years old though. So it's pretty much end of the line for him. The one trick I've found out from watching other guys, if they want 9.25, they have a better chance to grow or a better chance to be better. Especially if the fog of war on. That's how a lot of guys differentiate who's good and who's not. But these are the 2 we really want. I don't think both will sign, so I'm guessing Big Country here is not gonna sign with us, but we're gonna do our best. Just so you can see who's in free agency altogether, though, because we don't have to see it. We'll go by overall here. So, in free agency, overall, all right, Pietrangelo did make it to free agency, so he's there. Nobody wants him yet. Taylor Hall, Tyson Barrie, Reefer, Zdeno Chara, Sergachev, who I would love to go after, but he's an RFA. Gustafsson, Strome, Shattenkirk, Schultz, Kovalchuk, Thornton. So, a lot of guys out there. What I'm going to do is we're actually going to end the episode here. I am going to write out the lines, try to figure out what we need. I'm going to offer a ton of contracts. In the beginning of the next episode, we'll actually get through all the people accepting or not accepting. We'll take a look at the coaching staff, and we'll actually get some simulation done. So I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you guys being here. We're going to have a blast through this whole process. But Vancouver Grizzlies are here to stay this time. We are not looking to leave you, Vancouver. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.